Hi guys, my name's Kayla and this is Cordial with Kay. This is my podcast and I think it's the third episode from what I can remember. It's been such a long time since the last one that I don't actually know. But I'm pretty sure it's the third episode. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. I hope everyone's been good, having a good few weeks or month, however long it's been. I hope everything's going okay. My weeks my weeks have gone up like this, up and down, but that's okay. We had a not so good week, and now last week a good week, and this week's kind of up and down. Good and has its moments, but that's fine. I hope you guys are good. I hope your weeks are going good. I hope Mahi's going good. And whatever else you guys do, I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of a creative block. Is that what they call it? Creative block? I feel like that's what it's called. Anyway, I had a creative block, have had a creative block for a little while. I haven't been posting much on Insta and TikTok, but I have been posting a little bit. It's like those, but it is random clips and random videos. So the 2 weeks before this week and last week, I had stuff to post. I had enough videos to post one a day at least, so I kind of knew that there was something there for me to post. Because now I haven't filmed a podcast, which is a lot of videos, and I just haven't made any extra videos. So I haven't had anything to post. I haven't had any planned posts. So I've just kind of been winging it as I go, which is not good for me because then I just either don't do it or am like stressed about what I'm actually going to post. But here I am posting a podcast because there's actually a reason why I'm doing this, which will come later. But for now, that's what's going on with the business. As usual, content, not content. It's like this wave. But yeah, that's fine. We move slowly and that's okay. Sometimes we move quick. Sometimes we move slow. That's okay. Truck. I did want to bring up about a video I posted on TikTok. I think it was 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I titled it Men's Mental Health. So this got quite a few views compared to other videos I've done, and I just wanted to bring this up because a lot of people have commented on it, agreeing with me of what I said, and they have said their own little pieces of their own stories, which is cool because then other people can see what they've been through and then seen that they have come out on the other side. Someone said that they have recently learned to love themselves after so many years of not, and just little things like that can encourage other people. Rubbish truck. So I wanted to just bring this up because this is what I want it to be for. I want this brand or the brand's platforms to be about community, and I want people to be able to say stuff and then other people be able to relate to it or get something from it or either help each other, anything like that. I think that it was pretty cool that there was a discussion being had with people commenting in that sense. It was negative things, like people saying I don't know what I'm talking about and stuff like that, which I don't care about, it's just whatever. But like I said to them, this is just my opinion of what I've personally seen, heard and been told about. So that's why I said it, because I feel like although I'm not a man, as someone said, I have enough people around me and know enough stats to be able to comment on it. And it's not even, obviously I'm not basing it on New Zealand as a whole. I'm basing it on what I've seen, and yeah, it's just personal. Each experience is personal, and that's okay. And like I said to people that commented, we've got different opinions, that's okay. We don't all need to agree. We don't all need to be on the same page even. But I'm not worried when people say that. Obviously, I was kind of like, do I reply to them or do I not reply to them? And when I say, should I reply to them, I'm talking like reply in a respectful way, obviously. That's what I try to do with one of them. I tried to reply in a way that was like agreeing with what they said, but then also saying, but this, and this. And that didn't go down too well, but that's fine because I didn't even reply. I thought I'll reply to the first one, and then I saw the second one and I was just like, I'm not even going to reply to that. But that's cool because have your opinion. That's what happens when you post public videos. And it's fine, you're going to get it. But anyway, there was enough people agreeing and being positive that I was like, this is so cool that people are seeing other people's comments, and yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want the brand to be for. If you don't follow my Instagram, I did post a little bit on TikTok, I think, about it, but the last 2 weeks I've been trying to work on my mindset, which is so hard. Like, people say your mind is so hard to rewire, and I'm like, I've always been like, yeah, it is, blah, blah, blah. But now that I've been trying to do like all this positive stuff, I've actually realized that it's so hard. And even little things like, for an example, there was double lane one way, and I stopped to let this car in here, and then this car with a trailer, a car and then a trailer on the back, started moving in. So this car went, and then I started driving, so I didn't even see this car trying to get across. And they had a trailer, and they were trying to cut in front of me, and if I didn't stop, their trailer would have sideswiped the side of my car and like pushed me out the way. So I beeped at them and then I was like, that wasn't very positive, was it? But in the moment and things like that, it's so hard to be like, oh, it's okay, maybe you needed to be in the spot, maybe you need to go somewhere quicker than me, you know. So it is hard, but the only way you're going to be able to do it is to keep doing it. Even though you might not do it all the time, as long as you're trying to, and you pull yourself up when you are conscious of it, when you notice, oh, that was something bad that happened, but I thought about it in a negative way instead of a positive way. That's all learning, and that's all small steps to the bigger picture. Not just about positivity, but about yourself, being positive to yourself as well as other people, and being in that mindset of not saying I might do this, saying I am going to do this. I feel like that has such an effect on people. If I say to myself I'm going to do this, then I'm like, I take all the steps to be able to do it. Whereas if I say, oh, I might do this, I'm like, oh, should I do this, should I? And then I don't take the steps, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. It's also included with like my keeping my room clean, not gonna lie, and like folding my washing. So I've been trying to get my washing in and then fold it and put it away straight away, because usually I'll let it sit in my room for like a day maybe, and just throw my hoodies on the ground once I'm finished with them. But I'm like, no, clean room, clear mind. And it's been working. It's been working, and I've been saying this little quote, and it's, do today what you will thank yourself for tomorrow. And I'm like, if I do this washing now, I'm going to be thanking myself tomorrow because I won't have to do it and I can do other things. And that's been working as well. And that's just that mindset, that determination, willingness. Which brings me to the reason why I wanted to do this podcast, and the reason why I had the idea to do this podcast is because if you haven't already heard on my stories or TikTok, whatever, socials, I am going to do the 75 Hard Challenge. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a challenge that this guy created, and it's these simple daily tasks that you have to do over 75 days consecutively. When you read it, it might not seem like hard tasks, but when you think about doing it for 75 days straight, without backing out, without missing anything, then you're like, oh, like this is actually going to be hard. I'm not going to lie, I had the idea on Wednesday morning, random as, had the idea and was like, nah, I'm not going to do it because I'm going away next weekend, and then I've got an Easter camp, which is about 5 days, and I was like, how am I going to fit exercise into Easter camp? I wasn't going to do it. I was going to wait a month and then do it. But then I thought, no, because this is what the guy said. You're just making excuses for yourself. So I was like, nah, I'm going to do it today. So I was going to start today. No, I did start today. I did start today. I'm not going to lie, I failed. I'm going to tell you why I failed, but first I want to tell you why I want to do it and what it's about first. So I wanted to do this because it's more of a mental challenge. So it's got physical aspects, but it's not a physical challenge. It's got a meal challenge, but it's not about that. It's literally about if you can do it for 75 days without cheating, without stopping, without missing anything for 75 days straight, which is 2.5 months, I think. Which is, when you think about it, it's a long time, and it's a long time to do the same thing. Not that it has to be the same activities, but doing the same tasks every day for 75 days is a challenge and will be mentally. Like, I've tried to do, for example, get up early, read, or go for a walk or something. I tried to do this and it lasted probably a week, not even a week, maybe like 4 days. And then I stopped and I'm like, why? Because I don't have the mental toughness to do it. When I had the idea to do this challenge, I was like, no, I'm just going to do it because it's going to push me outside my comfort zone, which I like to stay in my little comfort zone. I like to stick in my bubble, stick to my routine that I know that won't change too much. A little bit of change is fine, but this would push me outside my comfort zone for 75 days, which is a long time. So that's one reason why I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it because at the end of it, I feel like my mind will be so different to what it is now. And things I want to try and rewire in my mind is the determination, the willingness, the motivation, being able to push through, especially when things are boring, which, just side note, I was listening to the 75 Day Hard Challenge podcast just before, and I talked about when things get boring, and that's the part where you need to push through and be like, no, I'm doing this. And that's just, when I heard that, it clicked in my mind, because I've been going to the gym probably for since April maybe, probably since April last year, so almost a year, and I haven't been for the last 2 months. So I've probably been going for 8 months, continuously. And I would say the last 6 months maybe, I've been doing the same leg day, the same back and bi, same shoulder and try, core. I've been doing the same thing at the gym, the same routine, and I stopped going after I had COVID, and I just never brought myself to go back. So I'm still paying for it, but I'm doing a box fit class, so it's okay. But I have drove to the gym. Not long after I had COVID, I drove to the gym, sat outside, and I was just like, no, I can't do it. So I never went in. And that's just that stepping over that barrier and getting your mind back into doing it. Because I loved it, but it's just that I said, I think I'm getting bored of it, and I just never changed up my routine. So I just got to a point where I was just doing the same thing. Yes, I was moving my weights up, so I was improving in my strength, but it was the same thing. So that's another reason why I wanted to do this challenge, because I wanted to try and build that mindset of being able to push through the difficult times when they're boring. It's one thing to push through something difficult, which takes a lot of mental strength, but being able to push through something boring or something that's so the same every single day is also probably a bigger challenge for me than this one. So that's another reason. And when I got the idea, I was just like, no, I'm just going to do it. I did think about pushing it back, like I said, but I was like, no, just do it. And one more, what it's about. So, like I said, it's 75 consecutive days of doing these tasks. What are the tasks? So they're very simple. The first one is doing 2 physical activities for 45 minutes. a day, but one of them has to be outdoors. So, for example, I might go to the gym for 45 minutes or an hour, whatever, and then I might go for a walk outside. So that, I feel like for me, that's very doable because I'm either walking or, I'm not saying go to the gym because I just said I didn't go to the gym. Pretty much walking every day, and when I did go to the gym, my sessions were an hour and a half. So that, I don't think that will be a challenge for me. But doing it for 75 days straight is a different thing, because then I can incorporate doing yoga or swimming, something different to keep changing it. Next thing is sticking to a diet. So I'm not going to stick to a diet as such. I'm just going to be eating healthy. And this includes no cheat days and no alcohol. So this is another reason why I was going to wait it out for a month, because I'm going away. When you go away, you just get Macca's or, Carl's Jr. Love Carl's Jr. So I get one of those. And for Easter, I like getting my little chocolate bunnies, okay? So I was like, I'm not going to be allowed any of that. I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait for my bunnies or wait to do this challenge. So that's another one. I feel like the meal thing is going to be a bit tricky for me because I don't like cooking. A little basket of things that I cook in my head, and I cook the same things pretty much. But I have got a cookbook that I bought from the op shop, so I'm going to look at that and see if there's stuff that I can try and do, because doing it every day is gonna kill me. But sometimes you just want to whip up some chicken nuggets, or have a toasty. I love a good homemade toasty, which I guess is is it healthy? Is a toasty healthy? Like spaghetti and cheese? You know what? I would class it as healthy. I'll be doing that. But like no McDonald's, no McDonald's, no KFC, which I don't have all the time. Like I actually very rarely have it. But when you just feel like it. And fizzy, sometimes I just need like a little, not even that much, like just like a little scull of something fizzy. I can't have that. But that's okay. Speaking and I can't have lollies and biscuits. I love biscuits. And I've got, this is me while I'm making this podcast. These are sitting right next to me. By the way, these are new cookies and cream toffee pops. Pretty av, to be honest. And they cost me like $5, almost $5. And these, I was like, this isn't, I'm not gonna lie, this is another reason why I was gonna put it off, because I have these lollies to eat and Whiz Fizz. If you guys don't know what Whiz Fizz is, it's just sherbet, but it's from Australia. And it's the best thing we had when we lived there. So my sister went over recently and she brought 2 packets back for me. 2 big packets back for me. And so I was like, I'm going to have to wait 75 days to even eat these. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut it out. The next one is to read 10 pages of a book. I am reading Atomic Habits at the moment. I honestly have not touched it for probably over a week, maybe close to 2 weeks. And that's just me just not being in that routine, just getting into bed and scrolling again rather than reading or doing something productive. So that one, and reading 10 pages is going to be a lot for me because I read slow and I will catch myself just reading the words and then I'm thinking about something else. So as I'm going like this, I'm thinking about something else and I'm like, oh, what did I just read? And then I have to start again. So 10 pages, and the book's like, it's a big book, you know? So that's going to be a challenge to read 10 pages, but that's the whole point to get out of your comfort zone and do it. So that's the other one. The fourth one is to drink a gallon of water, which is about 4 litres. Google said it was about 3.8, 3.7, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, basically 4 litres, which this is a litre like up to here, I think. is a litre, which today I got through and getting through. It's about up to here. So that's only a litre and like a quarter that I've done today. The thing I was worried about with I think the drinking bit is going to be the most challenging thing for me, because one, I work in a school, in a classroom, and I can't go to the toilet every 5 minutes. If I drink 4 litres of water, that's what's going to happen. Two, if I drink 4 litres of water, I'm going to be going to the toilet every 5 minutes, because I just can't drink a lot. I usually do drink 1 litre to 2 litres a day anyway, but adding that little bit extra is going to tip me over, and I can just feel that I'm going to need to go all the time. But then I was like, no, get out of your comfort zone. And if I need to go to the toilet 10 times a day, 10 times, that's not that many, is it? Is it? I guess it's a lot. If I need to go to the toilet 10 times a day, then I need to go to the toilet 10 times a day. I was thinking of maybe doing 3 litres, because when I did Google it, it did say 3.76 or something. So I was going to round it to 3, round it down to 3, because that will be a challenge. But then when I was reading the challenge, when you Google 75 hard challenge, it comes up, and when you read it, it says, do not substitute anything out, do not change anything, do not slightly change anything. You know, saying all this stuff, and I was just like, that was me saying, I'm going to do 3 litres instead of 4, and I'm giving my meal prep. I'm going to let that slide, and me eating healthy. I'm not going to follow a diet, because I don't feel like I need to, but yeah, the eating healthy, I think that's enough for me. Cooking is enough for me, okay? Yeah, the drinking thing, that's going to be my biggest challenge, most definitely, aside from the cooking. So I think that's the 4th. Yeah, the last thing is to take a progress photo every day, which I think is going to be the easiest thing for me, to be honest. Just got to stand there, take a selfie, done. Just to show your progress from the, obviously, day 1 to day 75. Now, the thing is, if you miss a day, you have to start again. If I don't drink 4 litres, but I do everything else, I need to start again. So if I'm on day 70 and I don't drink 4 litres, I've got to go back to day 1. Because the amount of people that actually would do this from 1 to 75, honestly, with their own honesty, would be very little, I would say. And I say this because it's not a challenge where you have to record it and, like, you know, send it through, or someone's checking it, or blah blah blah. It's your own thought, so it's on you. So if I drink 3 litres instead of 4 litres, in my head I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I actually failed today, but let me just carry on. When I get to 75 days, I'm going to be like, oh, I didn't even complete it properly because I didn't do this. So it's actually in your own mind, which is worse for me, because if I don't do that, I'm going to be thinking about it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to start again. Oh my gosh, should I keep going? And then just think about it, and I'm the person that would want to complete it without changing anything. So that's going to be a challenge in itself. But let me tell you why I failed. So, I didn't want to say that I failed. For starters, I was just going to say I didn't even start today and start on Saturday. So my new plan, I'm going to start on Saturday. It's a long weekend. I should be able to get 3 days and kind of get into it. But last night I was like, no, last night was Wednesday, by the way. I was like, I'm just going to start now. So, I'll start tomorrow, sorry. Today on Thursday. So this morning I got up. The only good thing is that I have been waking up early anyway, so I was just going to do 1 exercise in the morning and then 1 after work, which works out perfectly for me because I've been waking up early anyway. So I got up, I read my Bible, I went for a 45-minute walk, and usually I just walk down to the end and around the field that I live by. but I went like double the distance. It was just about 4Ks by the time I went there and back, just to make sure I'd hit 45 minutes. I even got home and it was like 43 minutes. So then I kept walking down this way for a little bit, turned around and came back, got home, and it was like 45.2 something, I don't know. 45 minutes. And that was fine. I made scrambled eggs for breakfast. I filled my water bottle up, drank the first one. In my head, I said I need to have the first one done by at least 10, the next one by about 2, and then the next one done by like 6. But that's only 3. I'm gonna have to start even earlier, so like 9, 1, 4, and 8, I think I said. Something along those lines, anyway. So I filled my drink bottle up at like 12 when I went on my break, which isn't bad, but I was like, I'm already behind in that technically, because I still had to get through 3 of these and I'd only gone through 1 and it was already lunchtime. And that's how much I've drunk since lunchtime, this much, which is not much. But on my head I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already failing. I'm already, not failing, I'm already behind. And then I had 3 McDonald's chips. So we took the boys that we respite care for, we took them to McDonald's and we went and sat at the park, and I had 3, and then after I had them, it wasn't until I was driving home I was like, I just had 3 McDonald's chips. That's cheating. That's a cheat meal. I was like, no. I was driving home and I was thinking about it and I was like, I just brought a 2-litre milk. Usually I just buy the little small 1 litres. I brought a massive 2-litre milk so I could make custard and have custard and peaches, because I've been feeling like that for so long. I was like, I can't make that if I do this challenge. It's little things like this is why I'm not going to get through. So I went to the supermarket and I was like, you know what, I'm going to start on Saturday. So I went to the supermarket and I brought these. I brought my custard powder because I thought I had some, but it's actually corn flour, so I had to go get some. I'm going to use my milk. I was contemplating getting McDonald's today, I'm not going to lie. But then I decided against it because I'm a good gal. But that's why I failed. So I was going to say that I hadn't technically started today. But I did, because I got the app and I ticked off my 1 exercise of the day. So now I'm going to have to restart and say I failed day 1, which is a bit sad because I actually want to do this now. But to do it for 75 days, it was just very daunting for me because it's such a long time. So I'm going to start on Saturday. I'm going to eat my lollies before then. I'm going to eat my biscuits before then. Over the weekend, I'm going to plan my meals for next week so I know exactly what I need to get, exactly what I'm having, because that's my problem. My exercises will be fine. But yeah, it's just the water drinking is it. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I'm already psyching myself out. Okay, no, I can do it. I can do it and I will do it. You know what? I'm going to drink 4 litres of water a day. You watch. If you don't see me, I'll be in the toilet. Okay? That's why I wanted to make this podcast. I'm doing the 75-day hard challenge. There is a 75-day soft challenge. And I'm pretty sure it's 1 exercise, 1 or 2 litres maybe. It's like a half a version of the 75-day hard challenge. But I'm going 110% in. We're doing the full challenge. If anyone wants to do the challenge with me, do it with me. Because then if I have someone to do it with, then I'm going to be like, oh, how are they going? Oh, I can't do this because blah, blah, blah. So if you want to do it, all you have to do is Google 75-day hard challenge and it will come up. The first one, it will come up, have a look at it, and you don't have to pay for it. There is an app you can get, but it's $8, which I brought because I'm a visual person. So I need something to be able to, and it's like a little checklist, and it's got reminders. So it's gonna I set an alarm, and the alarm's gonna go off when I've said to like read and stuff. So then I can tick it off, and it's a visual for me. I can keep up to date, and then it's got a little 30-day calendar, and you'll be able to see what days you've done. Which mine is going to be day 1, and then it's going to be like, oh my gosh. So there's that, and then there's a book you can get, which I think it's $20. I have not got the book yet. I probably will get it. I don't know when, because I've got this other book I need to finish first. There's a podcast, so he's got a few episodes on his podcast. I think they're backdated till 2020. Yeah, 2020 those. I think that's when it came out, around 2019, 2020, somewhere around then. So, but if you just Google 75-day challenge on Spotify, it'll come up. He sends you an email about, like, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. So signing up and getting the email is free. The podcast is free. The app's $8 and the book is about $20. So, but overall, the challenge itself is free. And I feel like once you kind of know what to do, it's just in your mind whether you actually want to do it or not. So if you want to do it, let me know. We can do it together. I was contemplating whether or not to post updates and stuff on my personal account or on the brand account. Because I didn't want to annoy the brand account and go off topic when I post it. But then that's the account where I want to influence people from. So I decided that probably on Instagram I'll probably post stories, like just daily stories of maybe my tasks or what I've done. And then on TikTok I'll make a video a day, or every day or every second day, every week, whatever. And just sum it up basically. Make sure you follow TikTok and Instagram. You can follow Facebook as well, but that's my Instagram and my Facebook are linked. So that's basically the same thing. I wanted to post it on TikTok because I want people to be kind of motivated by something. And for me, this is going to be my motivation. And like I've said before in past podcasts, this is going to hold me accountable. Posting on TikTok, and even if people don't like it, cool. This is what I'm sharing. This is my mental journey, because this brand's about mental health. If you don't know that by now, this is going to be my mental health journey, my mental determination, my willingness, my positivity. This is all going to be included in this challenge, which is why I think I'm not nervous about doing it, but I'm like, what if, and that's just my mind. My mind's always like that. What if this happens? What if this? Whereas I just need to get down and do it. And instead of looking, like, my mind is at the 75th day, like, what if I can't do it because I'm going away? Which is straight away what my mind went to. If I can't do it because I go away. If I can't do it, I can't do it. I fail and I start again. That's life. And this is also going to teach you that if you fail, you get back up again and you try again harder. So even though the tasks are not hard, and it's like you don't have to get up early, you don't have to go to sleep early, even though I do. It's none of that. You do it in your own time. It's just doing it. Getting it done, basically. So yeah, if you want to follow along, follow my socials. If you don't, awesome. You don't have to. If you want to participate, let me know if you have done it or are wanting to do it. And yeah, that's basically it for this podcast. I will probably make another one in maybe a couple of weeks. Well, we'll see how I go. I've said that before. But we'll see how I go with it. And yeah, keep track on TikTok or Instagram. Hopefully Saturday is the starting day. I'm not even going to say I'm going to start tomorrow because it's Friday and I want my custard. So Saturday's the start day. Even next weekend, I'm going to Homegrown. I'm staying with my sister, so maybe she can cook me some meals. Jokes, Chloe. I should be cooking for you. So we've got homegrown, and then like I said, Easter camp in a month, about a month. Let's just think about tomorrow. Just think about, not even tomorrow, think about now. This is my problem. I need to think of the day. So think about today, the rest of the week. I hope everyone has a good long weekend. I think it's Taranaki anniversary. I'm pretty sure it's Taranaki anniversary on Monday, so we get a long 3-day weekend. I hope everyone has a good day. Hopefully the weather's good, because I don't think it's meant to be good. But I hope everyone has a good week next week. And remember, you're beautiful, you're loved, you were made for a purpose. Peace.